55?
Yep.
Alright, so, back into it. As we continue along, some secured within the manor of the Warturian Gavenda, Nar and Vicar still kind of pacing outwards, seeing that from below there are undead creatures still joining at the edges. You can see the shadows kind of moving in the midst of the forest, close to 350 feet below you. As you're still just like clambering up the mountainside, this small trail that now you've paced out close to 500 feet, that there is this iron chain that is leading further upwards. Clearly rusted and been exposed to elements a long time. This oft-ignored trail and pass may lead onwards, but you do see further out into the forest, more creatures are joining this horde. Beasts and humanoids alike.
I think we should go get the pretty flying woman and the rock climbing guy.
He'd be helpful, certainly in this scenario.
He was right here, and then he left.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I gotta go inside and get some arrows.
Why do all of you want to loot the armory? Alright, we'll go back and go get him.
Yeah. We're gonna head back.
So begin kind of pacing back and everything. Still within the foyer, Vorel and Sorna, you do have this individual with the cuffed robe kind of beating down on you and just looking intently at both of you. As the Warturian does come just behind him at the top of the stair, you can see kind of like he gives a tertiary glance into both of the rooms that now has a soft din of people taking towards a meal and some respite. Certainly welcome at this point in time. And for a few moments, you feel like perhaps there is some safety, that perhaps some plan is afoot as Hamish, this other vorter of the Dumonte military, had indicated that perhaps this individual, the Sanguith, as they have spoken of, has some plan. So,
does Hamish have a brother named Highmark?
You don't know. You have to ask.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, we should ask him.
But still just standing there and everything. Hamish had gone back to the interior armory and is coming back with a cluster of 30 arrows in his hands and everything. You can see as he kind of walks up towards you, he looks up towards the Warturian and just kind of nods. The Warturian just kind of down and pass the arrows off to you.
Sweet. Thank you, appreciate that.
So we went through all of that crap. Whatever. You could have just asked nicely.
They're trying to follow the orders of the Warturian. So,
well, that's a novel idea.
as he looks around and stuff, the Warturian just kind of nods. If there's any others that are willing to stand and fight, see that they're outfitted as well. As he'll kind of push down the stairs, you see followed immediately by this individual, kind of draws on either side as Hamish drifts into this room to begin asking those who wish to be essentially quickly conscripted into the Dumonte military. So, as you kind of hear that conversation and stuff, the individual in the cuffed robes, you can see now the adorning details of the robe's hood has a number of fanged teeth surrounding it. As it gives a smile, you can see gums, entirely no teeth.
Oh, that's it.
Eats a lot of mashed potatoes.
You can assume. Lots of mashed potatoes, of course. This vampiric man kind of extends a hand, sort of like a soft wave, but you feel like some spell energy come over you. Not exactly sure. You don't feel like you have to resist anything. It's more of just like a wave of warmth almost touches you. I wanted to ensure that
Be careful.
Those who fought bravely to try to save the Temple of the Paths, now fallen. Now I am Singwith Samord. Well met, both of you.
Good to
You
meet
were not expected here. I wish not to be seen as a sayer of doom, but there was something fell on the air this evening. Did you sense it as well when you breached into Cinder?
I mean, I wasn't really all the way there. I kind of we were fighting up in the citadels, and then we fell through a portal, and my face got fucked up. Not this, but like other stuff.
Kind of nods and everything.
And we came here. I didn't really notice anything maybe until while we were having a drink at the brothel. A lot of people were kind of saying, "Oh, it's just earthquakes."
So he looks into the room where you had pointed that direction, kind of towards Mikhail.
Yeah.
He just kind of like nods, and you see like he gives like a slight like peculiar look Mikhail's direction. Both of you can make insight checks and try and get a read on what it was exactly.
16.
16?
13.
13. Hard to read. Maybe it just because he's lacking in clothing.
Just likes a looking.
That's right. I never got dressed.
Yep.
Carrying on this war pick and
You got your armor strapped to the
And your
back and
other work.
everything. If you can choose to dress in the armor now and stuff. You have time.
But
But
some of
as
the men here were
a slight rap on the door and everything. You hear the guard yelling from outside and everything. Those two are back. Warturian, let them in. As the door kind of creaks open, you do see Vicar and Nar being given entry.
What's going on, guys?
Glad for you
Lots.
to join us.
And lots of undead. Like thousands of undead
Well, I mean, I figured that.
swarming from outside in the
As you
forest
see, he-
to town.
In the forest.
Yes, in the forest.
Okay.
Comes back around there.
But, yeah, I didn't notice anything real dangerous until y'all were like, oh, it's just earthquakes, and you guys were used to that. But I was like, I mean, earthquakes are pretty creepy anyways, so, I mean, I got suspicious around then, but, I mean, we really didn't notice anything much on our way here.
Kind of like looks towards the Warturian and everything. They did not belong here. They were not seen.
I don't know what
Just
that's
kind of like nods and like looks towards Nar and Vicar as well.
Are we supposed to leave?
If you would leave with me, bring along the Sarayan as well.
Where are we going?
You're ones who fought to fight the temple or save the temple. I want to ensure you're rewarded.
Inside check.
As he'll like move here and stuff, Warturian's still just like on the upper part of the stairs.
I'm gonna take this moment to get dressed. But I want to mention that
You outfit into your
the
iron
iron cloth does not fit in my outfit. It clashes, so it needs to come off first, and then it's very slow movements getting everything on.
The classic like
The loincloth
montage,
comes out and goes. Just hits the ground.
you know, like just you run along and you know.
Is
Everybody
Remy
in the
enjoying the
room is
show?
extremely uncomfortable, but you can just see Remy just like you know.
While I'm getting dressed, can I pull out that chest and ask, hey, Nar, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
22 on insight.
What am I doing with it?
I'm picking.
Ooh!
Whisper
Whisper.
time.
16.
I know.
Won't Remy notice it?
I was going to just pull out 10 gold.
Oh.
Okay. And refund you for your room. I'm getting these.
I just blatantly say what he said to me. Like the Thursday game. So you said those are dark people over there. What is it?
So, as you guys are within the manor and fiddling with the chest,
I try to pick the lock on it.
okay, so make
16.
a 16.
As we're
And this is the chest from the
Yes.
recorded corner.
Yes.
Picking a locked chest that is not yours in front of the military commander.
Yes.
Vicar asked me to.
Okay.
I forgot my key at the place.
Okay.
Besides, I just extrude my finger.
It kind
and
of
go
like
that.
opens up and everything. You can see the Warturian kind of looking. I found something along the way, did we?
Is there like 10 gold in there?
There's some gold. It's the bar.
Yeah. If I can pull out the 10 gold that Nar paid,
Okay.
Rescued it from the
No.
brothel.
I'll close it back and give it the rest to Remy.
Everything. As she's in there, she has no clue what's going on or anything.
No.
You pull out the 10 gold as the Warturian's kind of looking and stuff. He does step down as you're like moving that direction and everything. Kind of like, is this you becoming a looter?
No, I would. We bought a room and the
And then we brought the
zombies
building
came,
to the
so
crowd.
we didn't get a chance to use this. I figured we would just refund.
That's what I meant.
So kind of like withdraw his hand and everything. He'll step back.
You
And
know, the place
everything,
burned
and just,
down,
like,
so I didn't really get a
you
chance to
edge in
sleep.
and everything, and you see Kylov immediately come over. It's like, give me that.
It's kind of one of
The dark elven barkeep.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
And we'll see, like, you still take your gold and everything.
Your money is safe.
Everything. Remy's just like, whatever. As he'll kind of come back with the chest. So is everybody kind of seated around and
So,
just tense moments?
I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys your money back. Well,
As,
Well, I'm
You-
starting to.
you
as
come out there
I'm
and
starting to
everything.
follow out.
as the Sanguith is still just like,
Give you 15. I had 10 and she had 15.
Yeah.
so now you have 12.
Okay.
Well, I mean 9 and
Where are we
13.
going?
However you guys want to split it up. I had to pay some ravens.
as kind of
Right.
like, look at this and still just like beckoning as you ask where
I go, so, I mean, I'll come with. That's not a big deal, but I'm
to
kind of.
ensure that you have just reward for your defense. You have no place here amongst our people.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of concerned about. What do you mean by
So
that?
just like coming and everything.
Like,
As you see, he'll push out these back doors and everything.
like killing us don't belong here, or like,
And he'll open the doors. and
or
everything.
like we need to leave soon. Don't
Oh,
belong here.
it's- You
Where-
deserve some reward.
Where did you come from?
Me?
Yeah.
I was from the Citadels.
How did you get here?
We came out of a portal.
There was like a portal up in there while we were fighting.
Did you
I'm
cause
following this.
No, it was
person.
just there. And
Okay.
when I fell through, we were going through, and that's how I got all that stuff on my face that you saw before you were like, well, I'm going to have sex with you.
Yes.
And I was like, no, wait,
Vicar
that's
is
not what
also
I'm paying
following.
for.
Well, that's not a great thing.
As you see, your two other allies are moving on. I want to
Alright.
ensure that you can defend those further that you wish to.
Nah, this guy's so
Fair
weird.
enough. I
He's
guess.
super creepy.
Defend.
I mean,
So I walk up right behind him. Defend who?
also, what do you mean by don't belong? I still don't get that.
He'll probably explain that
super long
well.
vampire fingernails
No
like
way.
Dracula.
Now you guys kind of like raising many questions and much ruckus concerning this, and kind of like, what are you talking about? A reward for defending our town and stuff and saving people's lives? As other people are kind of coming out and everything, it's like, no, go on, you deserve it. As that they're just not wanting to you shy away or anything.
People are drinking the fantasy
And
Kool-Aid
all
over
of your characters understand that for someone to put their life on the line and not be part of like the military regiment or anything like that is very unusual, and usually payment is due for putting your life on the line for someone. So all of your characters kind of like understand that vaguely as a notion of like, hey, these people looked on as we were fighting for every 5 feet of their town.
That's not the
and saved
that's
many
not my
people.
concern.
He's
I'm
a very
just like-
creepy guy, but
I'm
all,
just like-
I'm
I'm like-
saying, all of your characters have some element of understanding of like, hey, maybe he's outfitting us with the good shit or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm just like, I mean, that's cool,
So-
but I mean,
Yeah,
But
he's
you draw
following
suspiciously
the way
and
he's
everything,
talking
of
is
course.
extremely
And so,
creepy.
Yes, he is an extremely creepy individual.
Seems okay to me.
I'm just trying.
I'm
just
trying to put one out there and everything.
Is your perception like negative or something?
Well, no, but I don't know what creepy is.
As
'Cause he
he's at the
himself
door
are creepy.
and
He's like
he's
6
like,
months old.
"You as well. You are not one that belongs here."
I mean,
But what about
but he lives here, though.
Are you
I live here.
are you a seer?
Of sorts.
I think maybe.
Is there a prophecy that was supposed to be filled today?
No prophecy, only the divinings of some weak practitioner.
Okay.
I think he's a diviner.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Well, we can come get this reward, I guess.
As pacing forward,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
everything.
I like reward.
I'm gonna stay with
Is
my group,
this
'cause
sto-
I
is
didn't really. I mean, I just protected my friend.
is this
I'm
floor
kinda-
one huge magic circle or anything that I've walked onto?
No,
Is it-
no. You see that it's
Okay.
a usual back common area.
Okay.
That they're just wanting probably to have a private conversation because there's many layers in the other room.
I'm walking in there.
So,
with
I will
defending on
actually
one of the
just
my arrows. Kind of
clear
like-
the way for the door so everyone can walk in.
Let me just adjust the map.
Then we just move it over a little bit.
Surprise! Sex dungeon.
Oh God!
Get undressed, please.
I do not. I do not need that.
Drop your pants.
I do not need that
As
man to say that kind of thing.
as he pushes on here to the other side of what looks to be almost like
The
this
war
font, nearly.
Sure.
You do see as you're passing within there and everything, Mikhail, separating yourself. You do see him pace back and deliver weapons to these individuals that volunteered
Weapons.
as they kind of leave the door open.
Sonic,
So not like of any
can you
immediate
grab
concern.
Sex
or anything.
Panther?
I mean,
I lean by the door. Kind of like
Lean
a
by the
cool
door,
dude, but I'm
you know.
also, but inside
Sort
my
of
head,
also
my head's
staying
like,
relatively close
what
to
the
the
fuck
door.
is going on? But I'm making it look
What's his
cool.
name?
I'm cool, but I scream a lot.
Yeah.
Sex Panther.
My mind is
I
telling
don't
me
think
like
that's his
red
name.
alert.
Oh,
I very much like
Mikhail.
the Salahim to be here as well.
Mikhail.
He drove
Mikhail.
us.
Well,
I mean, a lot of
Sonic, can
people
you
helped.
get Mikhail?
You should grab that one
Sure.
woman with the bow and arrow. She helped too. I mean,
She is known here,
She's supposed to be.
unlike others.
okay.
I'm very.
So you said we're waiting until
As you see
Poke
him
my
kind
head
of
and
like
yell, Sex Panther out the door.
as you see that he clasps a holy symbol from beneath his robes and starts a chant.
So I yell for Sex Panther and then go back into the room.
Chanting, I don't know about.
A
What's
verbal
wrong with
component
chanting?
of a spell.
he's getting ready to start the ritual of killing us all.
Are you staying over there, Sex Panther? Are you joining us?
Why would I go over there?
You won't talk to us until you come over.
You guys are the foreign heroes.
I think he has any malicious intent.
I'm
He's
just
in the
a.
midst of casting a spell.
I think he wants you here for some reason, though. You
Just
should
shakes
join
his
us.
head.
No, I think this.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do I think he does?
Are you gonna kill us?
inside
No.
Sorry.
It's 18.
18. You have been in sustained combat before and understand. He's actually casting a healing spell of some kind. You're hearing divine words kind of cross his lips and stuff. So,
Okay.
So hurry up, Panther.
All right. I guess I'll go in.
Sure.
Just Remy, I'll be right back.
of course.
And I
Until the
squeeze my
spell-
butt cheek. and I was
we
like,
walk in and he
Stride
casts
it.
teleportation.
Yeah, the spell goes spectacularly wrong.
Teleportation? Sure. Just out of here.
You're like,
Uh,
how was supposed to require me?
And still kind of focusing for some time. You guys kind of actually stand there in awkward silence for about a minute.
It's a really long time.
10 minutes.
2 minutes start to pass and everything.
Uh,
and still just kind of nodding and
Can I
chanting.
just do a perception check?
Focusing.
Or is
You're not hearing any additional threat from beyond the walls or anything.
So I guess
Well, what do
would
you
it be an
all
arcane check to try to figure out what he's saying?
Yeah, Arcana check.
make of this? Not the spell thing, but outside. You guys said, did you guys see something while you were climbing out there?
Yeah, we would.
Beasts and
Yeah, I mean, you guys said there was a
Um,
bunch of zombies and
in the
stuff.
forest. Yeah.
A lot of
Certainly invoking divine energies to try to ameliorate the wounds of many of you, or perhaps restore you in other measures. You're
So
not
it's a-
exactly sure.
I know that it's probably a positive thing now.
Yeah, and when you
Opposed
said
to a-
18.
Yeah.
You're familiar with a spell that convinces people within a very short amount of time that there's some element of restoration that can take place.
So,
So
the person
you
is
can't exactly
convinced,
place
but
it.
it's not necessarily a thing that actually happens.
Well, you're convincing your mind and body to realign and attune with the energies that you guys expend. So
Auto heal.
Fancy. Yeah, I don't want
you didn't roll quite high enough, but mechanically speaking, you guys are going to
Okay.
come under the
I'm
effects of a certain spell.
to. I don't want to, have my brain think that I have another wild shape, run out there, and then just have my dick in my hand and die.
Form up.
To allow those who have risked life and limb to draw me here and stuff, you can see he continues to cast this arcane invocation. As close to 10 minutes pass, all of a sudden you're just feeling this wave of restorative energy course across you as you're considered to have completed a short rest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I get nothing.
Do we get
your,
key
your,
back?
your surge,
The long
you get
rest.
key back on a short rest and everything.
My healing surge.
As well as a healing surge come back, and your climber's endurance and everything does not come back to a long rest, so it doesn't necessarily help.
So
But-
while he's chanting,
But a short rest will allow you to expend hit die to heal up.
we both already did. That's how we managed
I
to
did,
get to
I did a
two.
healing surge.
You get a
One
healing
dice.
surge, but you can use the remaining of your dice.
Yeah,
No,
you can use all of your dice if you wish to heal back up by some measure.
Remind me again. The shepherd,
Yeah, I'll use mine, I guess.
circle of the shepherd, is that?
Oh yeah, you don't get any slots back or anything.
I don't get
You'll
slots back.
just get wild shapes back.
Okay, it's the wild shapes.
And then inspiration.
I didn't use
don't
any
think,
inspiration.
I don't think comes back until.
I only use spell
alright.
slots for smites.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a
I'm
swamp
checking out this
that I
room
play.
for any small shiny object.
Yes. Over the 10 minutes, it is just a back porch common area. It's bare benches. They do leave the doors relatively open. He was focused on
literally
restoring
nothing.
you guys and everything
I'm just
for
standing
the
like-
time being. As he does kind of, after casting the spell, come over here and sort of sit down, and he just invites the rest of you. Please be seated.
I'll take a seat. Sure.
Have
I
a
sit
second.
down.
Who wants to sit closest to him?
I will.
No, I'm all right.
I will.
I will sit closest.
All right, Nar, call first, and then Mikhail, you can sit on the bench next to him.
I sit right here.
Sandwich him.
And sort of, you're gonna sit right there, or
Yep.
you're gonna be awkward, like standing at the door. Or something? But a little bit away and everything.
What? I said what?
You speak up, please.
I'm speaking as loud as I can.
The bronchitis. Do you have an orphan?
Very old vocal cords.
Yes, I am the same with East Samo.
How old is this guy?
I am taking each day this, let's say, not understanding sometimes the portents that lie before me. I saw of your actions from the manor.
All of it.
All of
He
them.
gives a no-toothed smile. Most of them.
Ah, okay.
As you can all tell, that those others that lie within there, they fight for their homes. I know you have been here for some time, but still an outsider.
And you saved a bunch of people besides just yourself.
That's true.
I'm
I
just
am a
trying to
hero, aren't I?
Cross his arms and everything.
You're getting a little too vain there, my friend.
Alright, dial it back.
25%, please.
I want to ensure that you're not some other foul omen that I had failed to foresee.
Like encroaching eldritch.
Well, you're just
Kind of like screws up his eyes at you a little bit. More so of the bringers of this doom. Or perhaps this was coming for us all along.
I wouldn't think I'm per se a harbinger if that's what you're getting at. I kind of just showed up by happenstance.
Wouldn't it be a harbinger if you arrived through a portal, mysterious? And
Yeah,
then were
but I didn't
followed
run
by-
through screaming they're coming. I was stuck still with
Mothman.
hair growing out my face.
Mothman doesn't say that bad things are coming. He just
Mothman
shows
screams when he's
up.
okay.
You were screaming pretty well too.
To not have sex with me.
Yes, the Mothman of the Green Leech, yes, they are also foul portents.
Did we
It's
notice
canon.
anything as we
It's
were
an
on our way to?
Nothing to indicate that this was coming.
Okay.
I mean,
Not
we
that
didn't see anything coming up. Did you? I mean, I couldn't see anything. You didn't see anything, right?
To be fair, I was focused on getting you help.
Well, I appreciate that. But I mean, there was nothing really noticed from when we came. Where exactly did we show up when we came through that portal? Was it in the middle of the
Did you
forest?
see, like, he's just kind of, like, caressing his forehead as, for character understanding everything, you guys were a good 4 days out. You guys had
Right.
wandered along the edges of the mountains,
Yeah.
through the, like, burning ember woods and everything
Mhm.
to arrive here at Cinder.
Yeah. I mean, we traveled a long 4 days trying to get through here, and there was nothing.
Just, this is not as I had foreseen.
Well, what did you
Brother
see?
comes for another. The princess. They're going to pass.
Princess?
You okay, bud?
I'm sorry, what?
What exactly did you see if you didn't foresee us?
I saw one other coming.
Did he have like huge pauldrons that had head spikes on them with like a flaming sword that also put out flames?
No. I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
I mean, we were in here for a reward, and then you were like, "I didn't see you guys
yes,
coming."
Yes, I wanted you to rest, as well as
We got
there
that.
will be one more offering that I might bring you as I don't like to.
Did you say princess?
You did,
I-
you were like, brothers come in or something like that, and princes come to pass. That is like a passive thing you do
I'm
sometimes.
sorry. Yes. Perhaps I was speaking unmindfully.
Having a vision.
Yes, but I do not want you all to interfere with what is to happen here further.
Insight check.
Do you
Excuse me?
do you already know what's gonna happen? The walls are coming down. Everyone's gonna die, right?
Woo! 21.
Did you change it up to that creepy music box thing? Just to...
Yeah, that's not so good.
With a 21,
Does he look like he is the cause of this shit? Because that's what I'm getting the feel of.
more whispers.
You said 21, right?
Good, you're old enough to hear this.
He's whispering.
Oh.
Well, we can't steal anything here.
Not with the diviner.
Okay.
Well, even without the there's nothing here to steal unless for the bench.
How much that?
But
Okay.
I wanted you all to join me in committing to the defense and warding of this place.
Well, I don't know if I can do anything except shoot a bow and climb shit, but
I'm sure there's much more that you can do. As he'll kind of like beckon you, Sorna, and Boral to draw in closer. I have one more
Does
blessing to bestow
does
before
this
we-
bench scoot?
As-
No? Alright, I get up and walk over.
You can hear grinding noises.
As you put it, the walls perhaps might fall.
There's a man that has destructive force like I've never seen from any beast that I've dealt with.
As you guys draw closer.
Yeah.
He immediately
Not that close.
desecrated the ground.
So, you're just like fighting. So, as he is beckoning you closer, I need all of you to join hands.
Oh no. What are we doing?
I'll grab
All
Mars
hands?
limb.
Everything. And do you take his hand?
Yeah.
Right.
Or
And then
are we going
Sorna.
somewhere?
Mikhail. These are the blessings of the unliving emperor that I'm going to bestow upon you.
Who do we turn into vampires?
As you see that he speaks a word, and all of you feel energy pull away at your bodies as you are drawn into another space.
Woo!
You draw the map here.
No.
Is it
No.
vampire space?
Is it vampire? It's
Yeah.
a lot different than human space.
This is not what I wanted to happen.
The air pressure is a lot less than vampire space.
I just figured the air pressure sucks in vampire space.
As
I just got it.
Is the old man still there with us?
No.
He's gone. No, he's like on the bed dead. He's like, that was my last spell. You're like, what?
as you see, he draws
The rapture ahead of us.
the energy away, and you find yourselves within this tomb-like space. You can see multitudes of sarcophagi laying around. As Sorna and Vorl, you're just at the edges of steps leading up to some befouled altar.
You could have just.
Torchlight kicks around you as you can see the smile kind of begins to wither, and that same distended jaw kind of drops somewhat.
Any sarcophagi?
Yes, you will not go against our cool. You will submit to him.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him in the
As-
face with my war pick.
As you rolling up for a shot and everything, I want everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
Ah,
Oh, no.
shit.
You still have 3 health?
No, I.
Oh yeah,
So
you
you
guys got a short
you could
rest.
Do the,
So you can use the remaining of your hit dice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did. I
Ah,
was asking what you did.
Nice.
I
I
did.
got a 19.
I'm not.
We're gonna
Great
destroy
shit.
this guy.
I'm not either. I'm still below half.
First.
Me too.
That is a 22.
Nice.
10 for me.
Strong
He-
10.
Totally trusted this guy.
Well,
and
then
had no
a week
idea.
8 for me.
Why would you give us a short rest and then do the
Let me 17.
fighting spell?
Well,
This is
how would
true.
we grant? He needed us to trust him
That's
enough
true.
to cast the
Yeah.
spell.
He shows up. I mean, maybe he's just going through one of those, another
then
prophetic, like,
20,
Drown.
21
I mean, he could be possessed by a
Yeah.
Geist. We don't.
Despite popular belief, I'm not as dexterous.
We're in the deep
It only applies to the bedroom. As it falls first to Vorl, you can see now exhaling this a foul mist that you had as well seen kick up around the edges of the necropolis that had begun to form in Cinder.
Am I
shit.
still holding his hand?
Yeah, relatively.
And on the other side, who's holding his hand?
Mikhail.
I'm holding his hand.
So you and I are both holding his hand. Okay.
So, reacting first.
I go, no thanks, and jump back real quick.
Ready.
So, 5. Is this a step right here?
Yep.
5, so.
So you back up towards the altar. You can see there is a strange joining of bone and rotting flesh that lay within.
I go, oh shit, no thanks, and go to the other side.
Perfect, step on that altar.
15, 20.
As you dodge up and over a portion of the sarcophagus.
I go,
Ready.
I yell that as I shoot.
Right into the back of my head.
I will do a sharpshooter on his face.
I did not see this coming.
Be a 15 to hit.
15 will
I
hit.
thought
Oh,
you
sweet.
told me vampires were always backstabbing in the room.
It's a 21.
Did I tell you that?
I
I
thought you
said the
said
one at first, and I was like, no.
someone
No,
told
dark
me.
elf.
Your other guy.
I don't have any bonuses, which sucks.
No bonuses to damage.
Well, no. I don't even remember if I still have my... No, I did my hunter's mark. Never mind, I don't have that. So I hit him for 15 damage.
Damage, right? The arrow strikes. You can see it lands in the vampiric body, but instantly something begins to kind of fade away. The blackened robe you can see sort of withering from beneath.
Oh, no. Dude, are you really who you say you are? That's my turn. That's it.
Mikhail.
I guess I'm going to. I've got the war pick in one hand, so I'll kind of like spin or I'll spin
you
the
draw
opposite
around.
direction and then try to bring
Alright.
it toward his face.
Just spin around and put your back towards the pillar. You can feel the heat of the torch above you, but as Nar is on the other side, you will strike with advantage.
Sweet.
Those are good. Not good. A little better.
You have to hit the chocolate over here, better roll.
I know. Chocolate. 14.
14, that'll miss, unfortunately. You can see there's some energy coursing over the body that prevents the blow from landing. Anything else for Mikhail?
No.
Right. As it falls to the Sanguith, you can see further as he tears away where the arrow struck in the cloak that gives way to rotted flesh beneath. Lifting up and back, you see the pale face pull away towards this fetid creature, just the bloated body and the distended stomach, befouled by pestilence.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
And he turns
Are
the
we-
clay face.
Are we gonna fight the horseman?
As you can see, just like
Argul is coming for his brother.
Who's Argul?
as it just is going to lash out at both Nar and Mikhail.
Protection
Argul, he says.
on
Oh.
Mikhail.
Protection on Mikhail.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
within
was-
5 feet.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So maybe Nar then.
Yeah,
actually.
you'll be able to do it on Nar and stuff.
I'm happy I kept my distance.
Oh, this was a
Yeah,
natural 20.
you're like-
Good thing it disadvantage.
Stand over here.
So only a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Heck. You're
Oh,
supposed to still get hit.
What?
Yeah. My AC
Uh,
really low.
13 points of bludgeoning damage
You
and
go
make
to-
a Constitution saving.
No!
Oh man. How many points of bludgeoning damage?
A natural 20 on the
That's
save.
okay. You feel like this necrotic energy course over you, but to no effect as the wound struck and that deep bruise you sustained from this thing just walloping on you does not necrotize. And the blow from Mikhail, that'll be only a 13 to hit.
No.
Right.
Nice.
As two large fists course outwards, it falls to Sorna.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up to make a melee attack, but I'd like to invoke the sword's effect.
What?
Bardic is for that.
As you rise just 5 feet off the ground,
Yeah.
to get within 5 feet of him.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
That'll be a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice.
And then 8, 6. That'll be a solid 6 damage.
6.
Not bad.
And then I'd like to use a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Alrighty, as you focus concentration, you draw the protective energy around you. As you can see where the sword slashed into the bloated undead body, you can see courses through as just intestines seem to spill out from the chest. The body is just so loaded with organs that you see the cuts and bruises below. This creature stitched together by rotted forms of other creatures.
But he must make a wisdom saving throw,
Wisdom saving throw.
or become frightened.
Oh, he is immune to frightened.
Oh, okay.
You can just see the undead nature of this creature.
Okay, fair
Not
enough.
shaken, but now aware of that.
Mhm.
End of Sorna's turn
Yes.
to Vicar.
Okay, I'm going to come behind him.
5,
flank with
10,
Sorna.
15, 20, 25. As you guys surround him.
Flank and spank.
And I'm gonna make at least 3 attacks.
Flurry of blows.
Wait, I only have one sword so far right now, so take away the secondary, which is these 2. That's the 8. Shoot, it's okay. Okay, so first one is a 21 to hit for 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And a kick for 4 points of damage. And I will flurry of blows. Yes.
The first blow was a slash.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have 1 attack,
Unless you
and
do
then flurry of blows would be 2 attacks.
So I can't just do one a bonus action attack without a flurry.
Flurry of blows is you get 1 extra as a bonus action.
Right.
So,
but
but
so far.
well,
So you get 1 more.
Right.
well, if he doesn't do flurry of blows, then he gets the regular bonus attack
yeah, but
action.
either one's a bonus, so
You
you
have
can either
one
do the
attack,
2 or
And
the
bonus
1.
action, you already kicked him.
So
So if you're flurry of blows, you're spending the key.
So I don't get a
you
bonus
1 more.
action melee if I don't flurry of blows.
So you can attack. You can attack
Yeah.
twice using a bonus action,
Right.
or you can attack
no,
3
you
times.
You can attack 1 time as a bonus action for an unarmed attack, or if you want to flurry of blows, you get in 2 unarmed
Right.
attacks.
For
as
your,
bonus
for your
actions.
bonus action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your
So you
flurry of
already hit
blows is a
twice.
Oh, okay.
bonus
You're spending the
action.
key.
I
you get
thought
one more.
I thought Monk said a thing where they could
No.
just.
No.
That's what
I
I
don't
was
think an
getting
unarmed
at.
attack.
But yeah.
As a
Well,
bonus.
they can, but it's either that or flurry. It's not those 2 because they're both bonus actions. So you have to choose one of them. The bonus attack.
You're good, man. You get 1 more attack.
Yeah.
So you get
So
spending
if you
key
did
point.
flurry of blows, you
Yeah,
can do
I'm-
1 more
I
attack.
think I'm good.
Yeah, you
Alright,
get
so
total
so
3.
holding on to the key and everything,
Yeah.
you land the one other blow, and kind of hold off. So any other action for you? Because you already used your bonus action to get that 1 offhand attack.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. To Nar. Seeing the situation unfold at the end of the round, what do you wish to do?
So you're going
Guys
to go
have him
range
surrounded.
attack, right?
Yeah.
So I will. I guess I'm going to just take my rapier and stab him in the chest.
All right. As the flourish goes, and
So sneak attack with all those people around.
Yeah. It is a natural 20, so
this is the day the music died. Oh, okay.
a 20,
He's like so chill about it.
25.
Oh god.
25. Yes, that'll hit.
Excitement.
Oh man.
And that is.
Sometimes.
25 points damage, stabbed in the chest.
25.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Sneak
Yeah.
attack.
That is
As
a
you land the
critical.
blow, instantly just like jettisoning out of the body, you can see the form begin to shrivel and diminish as just guts spill across the ground. You have like the rotted
Ew.
smell
What
just
happened?
instantly hit you.
And I am going to use bonus action to help give him advantage on attack
Alrighty.
by slapping a coin into Thing's eye right there.
As it falls back to the top to Vor.
Sweet. I go, that's gross, and put my mask on so I don't have to smell it. And then, pah!
Good call.
So you get advantage.
And I will do that as a sharpshooter again. Yeah, I hit. That's a 16.
That'll hit.
I liked this creepy dude for a second.
I didn't. Like, this guy's definitely going to kill us.
Make him try.
18 points of damage.
Alright. Alright. Under these continual blows, you can see the body is just shredding and the fetid stench just filling the chamber instantaneously. As you guys begin to tear him apart, he will use his reaction and he'll say, "Go, knit!" And you can see instantly the guts just across the ground and begin moving this direction. 5, 10, 15, we'll get to here, just at the edge of this chamber.
Can you place a little
As you
marker
can
for
see,
me?
his body is just caving beneath all of this, just snaking through here. Most of the innards of this creature are just shifting that direction as he told them to go reknit themselves.
Are they leaving our...
They're not technically like a creature. They're more of a commanded object. But you can strike them.
Would he die if they were removed from him?
Perhaps. Certainly you can...
I feel like this is
say
like
that
one
was
of those,
his
like,
reaction as it falls to
lich
Micaiah.
things.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Bear Spirit Totem.
Alrighty. As you see the energy of the totem invoked, where does your totem appear?
Just put it in the center of us, or a little bit that direction, I guess.
A little bit that direction?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll cover everybody. And gain, it'd be 8.
Yeah. 8 total hit points. In addition, your allies gain advantages on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Nice.
And I'm going to try to grapple the
We all get it.
innards, if that's possible.
Yeah, you gotta like gather them up and everything.
I grapple the
You
intestines.
feel the necrotic energy just coursing through them. But you're going to prevent them from moving any further.
Okay.
So you're basically just interacting with an object and
Okay.
everything. So you
All
still
right.
have your action.
Yeah.
As you just drop the war pick and everything to kind of to the side. Do you have a shield as well?
No.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
just with an empty hand and everything, you're just like grabbing onto them. You can feel them like wriggling away from you.
Okay. And then I guess so. I still have an action.
Yep.
Then I guess I will grapple the dude then.
Alrighty. So you drop the war pick and everything to have a free hand to get at him and everything. So
I'm trying to shove it back inside of the body.
totally works.
Get back in.
You have advantage on this thanks to your bear totem.
Get back in there.
Alright. And it's only a 16 for him.
Oh crap! Come on, buddy. Not enough.
14. And just you reach into him, and instantly your fingers pierce into the flesh as if it were moving through wet parchment.
Gross.
And instantly, like you draw back, and you see there's a bone there underneath, as more just veins and the nervous system of this creature just begin falling out and just wriggling as well. His whole body is reacting to its destruction.
I haven't worn this armor in 20 years, and already it's covered in whatever this is.
Anything else?
Whatever
Micaiah?
you are.
Alrighty. Falls to this creature that had once been the Sanguith. And again, we'll just lash out to Sorna, just kind of trying to batch it down from above. It's only a 13 to hit, though.
Absolutely not.
And then coming back to hit her just with an elbow. You can see there's a
Protection.
sharp pointed. Okay, disadvantage. Using your reaction once more. Fails to hit. I think it's only a 12. So.
Misses. Yes.
All right.
He's like, hits.
As you guys just see, he's flailing around as the joints of the body are becoming loose, it seems, as it falls to Sorna.
I'm gonna go for just another melee hit, but I'd like to also do like divine smite with that.
Alright, he is undead. It'll do an additional d8.
Oh heck, I have advantage.
Yes.
Because you're faking.
Okay, that'll be a 19.
Sweet.
19 will hit.
Damage was 2d8.
Plus 2d8?
For regular smites, 2d8.
Okay.
For first level spell.
That'll be 4? No. 6.
6?
6 slashing, or well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I was like...
4 slashing, 2 radiant.
Okay.
Oof.
2d8 gave me 4.
Is it just the melee attack?
Melee
And then-
attack, and then
It's
you
the
would
weapon
have
dice plus
three
your
d8s.
Oh,
strength,
okay,
and then
well,
your
I need
2d8
another-
additional. Yeah.
One more D8.
One more d8. Because he is undead.
I rolled that.
One.
One more? Okay.
I got it.
As the blow is struck, you can see the divine energy course through the body as you're grappling onto it, and he cannot react any further to try and send himself to be knit together once more. Holding onto it, I need you to make a strength check with advantage, as he is like trying to get
He's
away.
thrown away.
As you can see, his form is failing.
What was that, a 9?
Yeah, 13 for him.
11.
11.
Oh, damn, he's going to get away.
He managed to curl away, and you can see, though, the radiant energy pushing through as... 5, come back. most of the form you see will drag along. He is considered prone here, as it just. But you guys are getting reactions for Vicar. Sorna had already.
She used her reaction.
Oh yeah, I used my reaction for protection.
Yes. And Vicar.
I miss with that 7.
18 to hit.
18 will hit.
17 points damage.
Yeah, okay. As you manage to kind of pin down with the rapier the guts, you just see pulls out the bones from this body, and you can see this like fleshy sack just trying to draw itself along still, but you see the right energy finally scars enough of it as it
Double
lays
tap
still.
it.
You
Set
go
that thing
over
on
and just
fire.
like
It's like pasta. I just start
yeah,
going
like-
around.
And the intestines are still here too?
sorry.
The intestines are still here?
Yeah, they have everything has grown still.
Quick, you have to eat it in order to make sure he doesn't come back alive. Do it
Burn
quick.
Can
Eat
I
'em.
cast produce flame onto the body?
It is filling the chamber with noxious smoke.
Oh, I'm out of here.
How do we
Dab?
get out now? We were teleported here.
Is this a door?
Did he have anything on him?
As you
Icker.
go over and kind of inspect, he had peeled away most of the robes.
And his skin.
You can see that he had a element of a spell focused, crystalline with a metallic rod coursing through it. Clearly able to be identified as a arcane focus of the unliving sect.
Training it. Let me down.
Do that.
I need to teach my pig.
You can see as well that the robes are mostly
I've
torn
gotten more
asunder,
on this thing.
but that's the only thing he necessarily kept on him.
Yeah.
As all of you
That's the
heard
thing you can use, right?
heard from his
I
mouth
could,
again
but
that
not really.
this name are cool.
Are cool. Where are we?
If I had to venture a guess, I'd say the Bone Palace, but I don't know.
Basement.
What did he want to do with us?
Keep us out of the fight as everyone else got slaughtered overhead.
But does everyone else, including the military, realize this? That he has this plan?
Nope.
I'm going to go with
I mean,
no.
I know I'm asking questions none of you know, but I'm just speaking out loud right here.
Well, why would the military go along with a plan for their own slaughter?
Maybe they're part of the plan. They're going to kill the whole populace.
I'm gonna wild shape into a bat. Is it dark? It's
There's
dark.
torchlight around,
I'm going to
Okay,
walk
well-
around.
Still.
and this is a door immediately to the south of you.
Yeah, I'm going to go through that door.
Is it open or closed?
I could fly
It's
out
closed.
with.
Okay. I guess I'll just
I'll
stay in as a human.
Push through this door. You can see that you enter out onto this carved, but that exact same element of almost sulfurous stone that you had seen rise from within the necropolis.
Oh, no. Oh,
Well,
It's as if the stone itself is rotting.
Yeah.
Are
I
we
guess
still
we
in
might
town?
be in
Yep.
the necropolis.
Probably. Well, let's try to find a way out because I don't want to be in here.
Is that a sarcophagi or sarcophagal next to me?
Coffin dude.
Yeah, we should throw it open.
Yeah, I open it.
All right.
It goes occupied and he shuts it on you.
As you draw it up, you do notice some of the stonework that there are these long fingers that kind of course up, almost locking it in place. You pull up from them, it's just an element of the design. You course it open. Within is a horrific collection of various bits of rotting flesh and bestial parts. You can see some seem perhaps fiendish, some seem aberrant in nature, some are certainly monstrous. That this is a good collection entirely of legs.
Are they moving?
There's like
Is there a make your own monster
on a boat,
room?
and then they
Something.
get packed.
They all seem to be
chop their legs off. And
they all seem to be right legs.
Can I go over
Well, is this the
one?
catacombs?
Is that one? Open that up, and a similar bevy of right arms of various humanoid creatures seem to be the predominant portion.
This is a weird way to
But,
preserve people.
So I could go over to this one.
So you had checked this one initially, moved to this one. You checked this one as well. That
Yeah.
one has the selection of hands.
Is there anyone with heads?
So the arms didn't have hands on them.
Right.
Oh,
They were just the arm
They're
parts.
just
I guess I
numbers.
go to the Foot Locker then.
Yes, that is also filled with various monstrous feet.
Are they all right feet?
Seems so.
Do you all think this is the catacombs they were
Numerous
talking about?
humanoid, bestial,
I have no idea.
hooves,
Or is this part of
claws.
the building?
This place sucks.
I mean, feet aren't that
I'm
bad.
gonna
Alright.
press out and head to one of the doors.
Yeah, I was going to go out
Can I
that
just
way.
Yeah.
taste?
Yeah,
one of
there's
the
a
feet?
chamber over here, and then the
I don't have
chamber
the way
he was
he was
attempting to get
Yeah,
to.
I'd rather not.
Mikhail, you just begin pushing out here.
Yeah, I go, hey, wait, let's do it.
I'll go with Mikhail.
I follow him.
Looking for an exit. I gotta get back to my peeps.
I got to go home, so I'm going to go with.
I'm guessing the attack started right after we left.
As the body did not make it much further than here. You
That?
look down through there. Again, there
You're right
is
about that.
like this kind of dull, palish yellow torchlight that surrounds you. You do see that down the hall there is that similar rotted yellowish sulfurous stone and what looks to be a doorway at the end made of some deep iron with rust all over it. And with your dark vision, you can see that it has
pre-built
some
rust.
visage upon it.
I'll get closer.
You draw within 20 feet or so, and you're able to tell a bit more detail. You can see that there are, in detail, hundreds of heads that make up a larger kind of yawning maw of some undead creature.
Bunch of heads that make other heads.
The numerous smaller heads comprise the larger kind of rotted
So
face.
it's like a giant monster made out of
Heads.
body parts.
Seemingly.
Okay,
It's
I'll
outrageous.
get within 5 feet of the door,
All right.
and I'll give it like a poke with my stat.
And you're
staff.
you're good.
off word.
And everything. It is carved in sort of metallic. There's a dull, resonant thud on the door. Seems like rusted iron.
No handle or anything.
Maybe only intestines can get through.
I will try to hold the crystalline thing and just try to kick open the door.
Yeah.
It's seemingly solid metal.
Okay.
Both rust.
Do you need help?
As you guys are looking through here, you see a door with a similar visage, although it is cleft in the middle, showing that it could open in or outwards.
What is in that?
But what you're noticing
Yeah,
as this door is much larger, that the hundreds of faces that comprise this larger face almost seem like a fleshy mask that would be drawn over one's face.
I'm not going to touch that, but it's worth looking in there. If anyone else wants to touch it.
I just gotta find a way out.
I mean,
As you're pacing, turning left or right,
Right.
this way.
Do you think
Looking
we
down
should
through here, you
split
find
up?
more torchlight, as well as the portion continues on in this seeming like the word's escaping me. Pentagonal structure. Yes,
There you
thank you. As you get to this door here, as well as Nar, you're hearing like a wet trickle from this direction.
nice. I will take one of my arrows out and poke the door to see if it's actual flesh.
It's just highly detailed and carved, but it is like this rusted metallic. You can see that there is a pestilence growing over it.
See if I can open it.
As you give it a little push and everything, you're just kind of arriving at that door. Solid metal, seemingly barred from the inside.
So there's no way to open it from on the outside?
Not presently.
They're probably a liver around here.
As you're poking the door and everything, there's no present way that you see it open.
I'm gonna pull out the crowbar if I can, unless I feel like it's.
It's a door of solid rusted iron and stuff. Your iron crowbar doesn't get anywhere with it.
Okay.
Can I
Unfortunately.
check his door for locks, hinges,
Make an investigation
traps?
As the party is just really drawn away from one another.
What are you
Are
trying
you
to say,
assisting me,
DM?
Yeah, I mean, I would be.
I go with Mikael after I found the door.
And Sorna just split
Yes.
the difference.
Yeah, follow.
Looking on, you come to this door. It has a similar visage, as well as it seems to be bound of solid iron. The hinge is set into the stone.
17.
17. Peeling around, like you lift up and your fingers have that like oddly sweet, like rotting carcass smell, but no seeming leather or lever or anything of that measure that you're able to ascertain to open this door.
What's in the mouth?
It's just kind of a yawning maw that indicating like teeth in the effigy as it's carved through the metal, but nothing within. Just sort of carved in like bas relief.
So I will rub a tentacle all over it.
Everything. The rusted metal, it has that rough texture. Your hand instantly kind of like turning red from coursing over it, but no seeming button, anything to depress or anything of that measure with the ongoing 18 investigation check.
To see if they have anything.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to turn around and go back that way.
So,
And there's quite a bit of rust.
yeah, it's entirely rusted over.
I look for aluminum.
Aluminium is not present.
Are you trying to tell me there ain't no aluminium?
And you look over into here, and again, it smells absolutely foul that direction.
I'm okay with foul smells.
Yeah.
You see them kind of coming up from behind
Die.
as you guys are at your door. Having already tried to do anything with it, or you're still just like...
Yeah, I guess I'm going to try to push on it. But if that doesn't work, then...
As you push on the rust, it kind of leaves marks on your hand, but it does
Hey, an open door. All
open
right.
outwards. As you kind of near this edge, you can see within this foul, pestilent brine that there is hands and faces, humanoid creatures within here. You can see just like vaguely moving, mostly rotted, reacting to your presence,
Gross.
but not immediately hostile.
I guess I'll just explore the room and try to find a way out.
Yeah.
Through, you can see that through here there's just a dead end, and still torchlight kind of guiding you. There was a hall that continues this direction as all of you kind of push forward.
You had said I heard it trickle?
Mm-hmm.
I'd check and see if there's a source for the
And I'll go
flow.
As you move this direction, you see much the same beneath this pestilent brine, faces pushing up against it, hands. You see the legs just vaguely coursing around of humanoid creatures trapped beneath or within it. I'm not exactly certain, but there does seem to be some flow.
And are they whole, or are they like the parts that are in
Different
this room?
parts.
So I take my rapier and stab a head in the face and see if I can pull it
There.
out, like bobbing for a skull.
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
Thud and everything, you kind of like lift it up, and you can see the flesh has permeated the skull as to the bone itself is beginning to rot away. That this rotted flesh is vaguely amorphous as you're kind of like lifting it up. It bites onto the edge of your rapier as you kind of like lift it up. As you just kind of like lean it back, it kind of like tries to bite on as to hold, but you lift it up more and gravity kind of takes it off, and then you're kind of like doing the little balancing act with it. Incredibly macabre.
That's kind of weird.
Neat party.
Should we put it in your
Yeah.
nar hole?
I don't know because it might bite me.
It'll start gnarring on you.
Yeah.
This place is.
I'll toss it back in the fluid.
You can tell it's relatively shallow, more of like a little stream of this fluid. But as Mikhail, you continue kind of pushing onto this room, you do leave behind more of the ornate carvings that had coursed through it, and now into more like traditional cobblestone.
Are there any breaks in it, like any holes, like rat-sized
Not,
things that I might be able to?
not
get
seemingly. It seems just good, solid cobblestone, as if you're in a tomb or barrow of some kind. The arcane torchlight still kind of kicking around. You edge up into here as Vorl and Sorna. You guys kind of split there. You still hear Vicar just being like, "This place is gnarly."
Can I bring
Continuing.
my spirit totem with me?
Yeah, you can. It lasts up to
like
a
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
You pace it out and everything's still emboldened those around you. Vicar and Nar doing anything else?
Over here.
Over here.
We'll
Yeah,
check
you-
that.
You had heard that Vorl kind of gave a good bang on it and everything. A similar multitudinous faced visage.
I look for. I'm looking for hinges and everything, but I also look for sigils or scribblings about.
It seems fairly plain that the focus is the face. What you do notice is the scrawlings on the ground, that they are in this like waving kind of like almost coiled finger-like pattern, as if two opposing fingers were coiling this direction and then the outstretched hand still. And you can see that there's a slight depression of like pockmarks and like pits of walking on like a large face almost. Like maybe there's a face here that the fingers kind of grip around oddly.
Are the pits fingertip sized?
A little bit larger. Imagine that like the carving of a face laying beneath this sulfurous stone is maybe like a good yard across. Clearly a stylistic and choice, but you can certainly chip away at the stone and see what it may yield.
Oh well, we'll catch up with the party.
As Mikhail, you still push around here, and you do find there is another interior door here.
I
Door
kind
right
of
there.
dash up to her and make sure I keep in sight.
Yeah, it could lead to them.
And Sorna, kind of like, oh boy, man, they're back there.
Oh man, they're gonna get us.
So having checked there and stuff, you saw that they're immediately pushing ahead. Mikhail, man on a mission and
They
everything.
go that way.
Man, about time.
You find very much the same here.
Same type of fluid I stabbed before.
Hands and face.
Old hands and face. As,
Same pattern of the fingers.
Yeah, it carries through to about here, and then it moves to cobblestone. And being fairly well traveled for this, both of you can make a
Arcana.
Nature.
nature or history will yield you different results.
16 nature. You want to make
Nature?
Well, above me?
Yeah, but both of
History
you having
or
traveled
nature?
the region a lot.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Sorna, you're fairly new to it. Mikhail doesn't really.
Not really.
You're on a mission for something else. With you guys are trying to ask.
You did what, nature?
I did nature.
I'll do history then. History, yeah.
Mhm.
7.
So okay, not able to recall anything. You're kind of like, this is just some tomb. I don't know. What you do notice is that the stone within here is distinct from the mountains you had left. You don't feel like you're in some substructure of those mountains. That these much paler cobblestones are more reminiscent of other formations to the south. A mountains known as the Wraith Spine. It has this pallorous stone, this like ghostly white granite that you're seeing more of this of. So, as you arrive at the door and stuff, you take a moment to ponder. This door is barred. You can see that it is held up by metallic hands on either side, but stylistically very different from what had been in here. These seem more like gauntleted hands. So lift off the
thing.
lift off the kind of iron bar. It's essentially like a girder almost, and you pull out.
We've heard that before.
As you guys continue pacing forward, you can see here to the side that similar pestilent fluid coursing through. But still along through here, yet another door that has one more bar to be lifted.
I'll do that too.
Here we go.
As all of you push around here, you lift. And as you push open the door, you feel like a fresh, cool wind kiss your face as you push out. And you can see coursing down through the valley, touched by the red moonlight. You're uncertain where you are, but the pale stone in this valley, distinct and marked. You can see that it is a wide open stretch. The mountains on the other side you cannot even see, as just there's this massive cleft in the land of this pale granite stone.
Alright, so are the Wraith Spires close to the part I originally left?
You guys had ranged around there vaguely. You knew that you had seen the mountains before, ranging along the Mycelicops and these four hollows and such. That the stone gives way to like this really distinct whitish color.
So have we caught up to them?
Yep. You guys are all looking out. It is this large valley that opens before you. You can see that there's a slight carved stair downwards.
I think we're...
Are these my mountains?
You look around and vaguely, though much darker, and you realize you're still in the south.
I think we're in the Wraith Spires.
I'm gonna wild shape into a bird and just go.
You're not able to wild shape into flying creatures at this level.
Oh, that's right.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean,
There's
they
a
can fly if we
kangaroo,
throw them.
and I can go into a gerbil and ask somebody to throw me.
We're tied to an arrow.
I mean, I could, if you want to be a small creature, I can hold you and fly.
Okay.
Giving you the illusion of...
I'm helping.
You're doing stuff.
This is me flying.
So, as
How
you
much do you
see
carry?
the white course of the valley, as you crest outwards with your wings,
Step out
I mean-
onto the cleft side and look out.
I
as you
can
kind
carry
of
118 pounds.
as you
That's
look
what it
behind,
is.
you can see that there is
Would have to turn into
somewhat collapsed inwards. That there is some larger structure that perhaps this used to be connected to. As you're opening up, you do see that it is marked in common that here lay Dumonti dead, never to be awakened again. So, certainly taking it as like some burial site of vampiric individuals.
Is that message as in please don't wake them up, or they just won't come back to life? Like, hey, these are eternal rests.
You feel like, as much as vampires recognize death, that certainly slumber is a common way of trying to indicate that.
Mhm.
So.
Well, it looks like this is just, obviously you guys are going to get that, but this looks like a tomb for particularly Dumonti peoples. Looks like it's been here for a while.
It's gross.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking right at a pit full of faces and hands, so.
As you kind of fly outwards and scout a bit, now that you're kind of moving through the wind, you do see that, you feel like soft, almost like you're mistaking it for snow, but you kind of like rub your face and you see it turn black as there's some element of ashfall here.
There's ashfall and cinder though too. Yeah,
A bit, yeah.
I would like to climb a little farther up the mountain,
Yeah.
and kind of get like an eagle's eye around the area.
Clambering, it is still
birds
a
out.
night touched by Sanglu.
Yeah.
The red light coursing around. As you clamber up further, you can see that far to the south, from your vantage point, you're guessing it's a handful of miles, perhaps, that there's perhaps torchlight.
Okay. I see light. You said to the south? To the south of this area right now. I don't know if I can't really make out what it is. I don't even know where we're at. So,
check out the light then.
I mean, we got to get down these mountains real quick.
So
Let's get going.
begin pacing down. There is a fair carved stair that leads on down into this valley. As you arrive there, you're kind of kicking these ash drifts around. You head just a bit further southwards, and then you start to see kind of through some of the ashfall, there is this single large spire, pale, almost fang-like, that lies before you. You can see that the torchlight may be now 2 miles ahead of you inside of this large valley portion. Just the wind kicking around you and some of the ashfall.
Is that on?
Can I make out what kind of geography that is and where we might be because of that geography?
That's on the approach to
history check,
Dumont, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I
History
do
check
that
as well. History check as well. You guys are trying to figure out the geographical location.
Well, I would only know it if we went by it, because I don't have a history. So if we didn't go by it, I don't know.
Yeah, you maybe would have heard of it. You make a roll.
Natural 1.
You're like
10.
10?
21.
21? Nice. Okay.
I didn't roll.
You call to mind immediately this fire. The light that you're seeing, it must be somewhere near this sanguinary gate. That you guys are maybe somewhere near the Valley of Pallor, or with 21, you're like Bloodharn or Syntherian.
How far
Clearly
away is that
still in
from-
vampiric territory.
We're like,
How many miles away from Cinder is that?
Hundreds.
yeah.
I'm really hating portals.
Well,
to be fair, that last one wasn't really a portal.
I mean, we showed up somewhere else, and then this one we showed up somewhere else. Both bad places.
now I know
Fair
this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm about to die. So if we could just go back inside the creepy tomb place
You're about to die.
and rest for a while.
Yeah, that's maybe not a bad idea.
I suppose. I guess that's fine.
I can't rest.
As you're guessing that you're somewhere here.
Hey!
And we were over
And you guys were
here.
basically over here.
So we're close to home.
That's like thousands of miles.
That's a long
That's well,
So we're basically on the other side of the city. The Empire, basically. Oh, shit.
Well, rest up and head to the spire.
Take a rest, and then we can, I guess, find the next place. I want to get home as soon as possible.
Right.
Where's home for you?
The Citadels.
And we don't have any way at this moment of knowing if we're here or here.
right.
Okay, so best case scenario, we're over here, and the elves belong way over here.
Yeah, that'd be fortunate. But I mean, either way, we're still farther away than we were. It's
Yeah.
hard to follow.
In which direction do we see the other mountain?
southwards. To the left of you is just a open valley filled with ashfall. You're seeing a bit of torchlight, a couple miles ahead
So
of
that
you
could
still.
be here, right?
You're thinking, as far as your orientation southwards, that likely you're headed towards Syntharian from a decent history roll for Mikhail.
But the elves don't typically hang out here as long as we.
I need a map next time we stop somewhere. To settlement. Hopefully it's not as fucked as the other one we were at.
Where do you want to rest?
I mean, the hands and legs weren't really bothering me.
I mean, yeah, we can rest real quick for the night, and then we can head out.
Sure. Sounds good.
As you contemplate rest, you do see that
Okay, get back.
the moon of Sangloon is kicking up at its halfway point in the sky as it falls to the 13th of summit.
Everybody could be dead by the time I get
Yeah, during the night, I'm kind of
A-
like,
Unless we teleport, everyone will be dead by the time we get back.
Well, how do we teleport?
I
You can't find it here.
all right,
Well,
he's
you-
dead.
one
So
of us
13th?
13th.
one of us killed the only person that could teleport. Well, I guess it's a group.
During the night, I do my
So, along the valley side, you guys setting up camp?
yeah.
No.
So you want to do inside or outside?
Turn into a panther and I'm heading, I guess, along the mountains, whichever way I can go.
Would inside be better?
He's trying to get back home. I don't know how fast he's gonna get there, but
Maybe I can find somebody along the way who can teleport me.
Well, my next suggestion is if you teleport us there, maybe there were portals or stuff inside because we didn't really open any doors or anything. You would like a quick check, like a vampire step through thing that we
Why would
just
there be a
step back to where we were going.
teleportation circle inside it? The sign said not to
Usually
disturb them.
requires cast for most, but
I mean, we really don't have anything right now, and then from the orientation we're at, you're not gonna be able to make it to
Yeah,
your home
one slip
for
up and
like
you're done.
months.
Maybe
Well,
you know, with
Okay,
your history roll, you know that you were headed towards a major settlement.
so
if we
I'll
head
keep going.
towards the settlement, maybe there'll be wizards.
Maybe.
We could just pay them, right?
Well,
we
if you
can
leave now, we
try.
can probably catch up anyways, because you're a mountain guy. We're really quick, and you can fly. So
Yeah.
we can probably catch up to you.
All right.
What-
If you feel you have to leave.
Wouldn't you?
Towards the settlement?
Don't you need
Yeah.
spells back?
Yeah, I got my wild shapes back. I don't have my spells though,
Okay.
so I'm turning into a panther and I'm running along.
Well, Mikhail, it was nice meeting you,
And I'm gone.
Panther. I'm just talking.
Yeah, he's off like a shot,
I turn
headed
over.
towards the torchlight.
Well,
Makes you wonder if he does actually like that Remy lady.
well, I mean, I don't think he's ever gonna make it back where he's at right now, and how
Sorta's-
expansive this place is. He's
Sorta's
gonna
pretty angry. She left those kids
Yeah.
back
be
there.
a year.
I mean, I think the kids will give the vampires a few extra days of food if they like are holding out. But,
that's not the suggestion we're looking for, bud.
I mean, okay, right.
We are spent. We just went through some type of apocalyptic kind of thing, and yeah, that. Thank you.
I go inside and I start meditating.
Yeah, it's been a rough
So-
night.
Walking about the mile back.
Oh, it's a mile back?
Yeah.
Nah, I'll do that.
I mean, it's like 10 minutes.
I would feel better with a door.
All right, start
And
walking
I
back.
go, well,
Otherwise, there could be panthers roaming around.
y'all need to take a rest. I'm not spent, but I can take a rest. So let's go.
Yep.
I definitely need a long rest.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go upstairs.
Rest time.
Okay.
Maybe figure out this little puzzle going on in that building while we're at it.
Sure. So going back, heading away from the light, Mikhail headed towards the light. all of you begin kind of committing to a rest and understanding that you are far flung from where you had been.
Yeah.
Not understanding the conspiracy you've found yourselves drawn up in, as well as why he was so concerned about you lot not belonging there. So,
winged lady is our cool a name, you know?
I'm jogging around the
make a
Pentagon.
religion check. Kind of jogging around, getting calisthenics in.
I feel
Get
like
exercise back in. That's an hour work.
That'll be a 20.
20.
Not natural.
It's not a name you know. You recall that rotted knight saying, "Are cool the rot skin." You like that? That does have a vague recalling in your mind of some powerful creature. But with the 20, you're not able to call to mind what it is exactly. You imagine it's probably some undead cult.
Oh boy.
I feel like Angel Sex Panther might know.
Well, you ask him tomorrow, maybe.
We will never know. He's gone forever. Never to be seen again.
Forever.
As you guys kind of commit to a rest, you are running. It doesn't take too long or anything, moving quite quickly. As you draw near the torchlight, you do see that it is part of a raised tower that is guarding this sort of road that leads on around this spire-like fanged mountain. As you draw nearer to there, are you still just like running? Just getting to there toward the road?
Slow.
You slow up a little bit and everything.
I don't know what's there.
You get like within 500 feet or so, you see that there are people moving amidst the torchlight and everything.
to go pee.
They
said that.
Oh, like two of them moving about.
People.
Yes.
I mean, are they shambling like undead, or do they look like they're...
They look like they're actually raising a crossbow the direction of where they're hearing something. They don't see you yet, but they heard something echoing along the valley.
So I will unwild shape
I'm a panther.
and step out of the
So
darkness.
you're like 500 feet away, so you're well inside the darkness. You unwild shape and you just start walking that direction and everything. You get to about 120 feet. They do have a roaring torch flame that is there. You get within about 60 feet where they can properly see you and everything.
They still have their bows up.
Crossbows kind of like they were ready, but they see it's like one person and they immediately lower them and everything.
Could keep in mind for sneak attacks.
Hello? Long night of travel along this road.
Where am I?
You are at the gates to Syntharium.
And that is how far from center?
I know not Cinder, but you are quite far from anywhere. The sanguinary gate lies perhaps a fathom beyond here. If you seek to enter the shrine to the unliving emperor, you may if you prove your piety.
I ran into a believer of the unliving emperor a little bit earlier, and he did not treat me very kindly. But sure, let's go in.
Tis near a day's walk. If you wish to take a respite here, you may.
Do you have anyone that could teleport me home? Is there...
It's kind of like they
Someone
look towards each other and everything.
We have crossbows.
Perhaps you may find what you seek inside of Syntharium. There is no Archive Officium there.
I'd rather not deal with them, also.
With enough coin, I'm sure you could find someone.
Just when you gave your gold away.
Got plenty of them.
And please continue along the road in safety or stop off here.
So where is the...
So they're saying you can stay inside of like this road outpost and stuff, where basically they're just going to have like a simple hostel. or otherwise they said it is a day along the road to get to the city proper.
I guess I will turn back into a panther in front of them so they can see, like, please don't shoot me. Win. And then I'm gonna keep going.
Alrighty. So just traveling, what would be the 8 hours through the night? Just running. Okay.
Running down the
As
street.
the rest of you, within the barrow, unsure of what exactly transpired to bring you here, but you do successfully complete a long rest. The vague moaning still echoing through this barrow. As you, throughout the night, go and make a Constitution saving throw. That is a DC 10, just you're staying up all night to get lucky.
Well, that's full hit points, right?
Ooh. Is it just a straight roll?
I
Straight
just
roll.
gone saving my
Yeah.
Even then, it's not going to be enough. No, I failed.
Exhaustion takes you, so just disadvantage on ability checks. You are just run ragged. As the 8 hours finish, you do begin to curl around the edge of this great famed spire and see below in this valley as if carved amidst the white stone Syntherian. As you crest along the road further, you find that there are countless pale temples all throughout. Hundreds of mausoleums. This city is a shrine to vampirism and undead. As you crest on down the road, you are greeted once more by members of the Emperor's Ward, the vampiric military. Just kind of cresting down, they just ask you to kind of hold at the gates.
I guess I'll turn back into a person before they.
Yeah, and with the wild shapes throughout the night, so you have both wild shapes expended and everything. So as you're approaching them in your Selahim form, kind of a woman comes down to you, dressed in almost regal plate armor as part of the honor guard for this sacred city for vampiric kind. If I might ask you what your business is in Syntharian?
I'm winded. Sorry. Undead attacked, and we were sent away, and I need to get back. I can't be here.
You're merely seeking passage out of the city.
Yes, please. Do you know Cinder?
I've heard of it. It's a far-flung frontier settlement.
Yeah, I need to get back.
Well, I know there is no officium here. You'll be hard-pressed to try and find anyone. I'll allow you entrance into the city and see how you may fare, but do not bother those who come here to worship.
Okay. Thank you.
As kind of like just nods and can see that you're not in a good way. Usually you have to pay some toll or tithe of some measure, but they allow you to pass without any issue. As you press from this kind of upper gate, you course down a road as this main thoroughfare. Surrounding you are countless people, vampires, just drenched in blood and making their way this still darkness-filled morning around the city, as you can hear their sort of lamentations as some of them you can see are actively taking picks of some kind and breaking out their teeth. You're not overly familiar with the practice, but you know that members of the Unliving Emperor's worship do to undertake this.
Like that one
gummy guy.
Yeah. So, kind of seeing these flagellants, as it were, you course on and through, hoping to find some elements of mercantilism, but you're hard-pressed to do so. as you're just making your way, coursing through the city, it may be necessary to ask someone directly or hope that someone approaches you.
Probably ask someone directly.
Kind of, you do see there's some loitering, some seem to be taking an element of prayer as
You
you
don't want to
approach
bother
one.
them. I don't want to get kicked out yet.
For sure. So you do see one that is more like a guard that is walking through there. Certainly ask them as they're in the midst of the city and everything. Definitely seems like some foot soldier just on patrol. So as you approach them,
Hello.
hi.
Do you know, is there someone here that can teleport me away, home?
As you see, he'll like take off his helmet and everything. You see darkened hair, amber skin, although given away to a bit of paleness. Clearly, vampiric. Kind of gives a faint smile. Don't get too much transport. Looking to teleport where?
Cinder. Small town. If you can get me close, that would be enough. It's time is a factor.
For 200 gold pieces, they'd send you on to Demont. I don't know if that's any closer. I don't know where Sender's at. You know that doesn't really help you.
Yeah.
It in fact make you go farther away.
Yeah, it's like down to the I don't think that would help. Is there anyone here who could just there is a magic that I've heard of where you just transport it away without the use of a circle. Is that something that you have access to?
Sounds like mighty powerful magic. Looking for someone who might be friendly to outsiders. There's someone. Come with me. So he'll kind of like, bring you along and stuff. Definitely can see that you're not in a good place, not well, as well as having run all night. He draws you along the main thoroughfare, but then kind of courses southwards. You had entered in at the eastern gate. Headed southwards, you can see carved into the cliffside a number of more ancient-looking mausoleums and what almost just look like dens. You can see that there are people there almost committing to like excavation as well as elements of worship. You can see that there is just filling the air all elements of just their bloody worship. Just filling your nostrils and you push past it.
Try my best not to make any sort of face.
As he kind of comes up to this individual that you can see is just sitting, leaning against and kind of surveying the other worshippers and other adherents to the faith. You can see sort of like a palish robe. Halfway comes down, tightened breeches, and you can see sort of like a loose slung pack. As they kind of have a conversation, he just says like, wait a minute or two as they exchange some words and everything, and you can see the one who was leaning just kind of like, they kind of cover their mouths and everything as they kind of talk to one another, and you do see he kind of like makes this gesture and stuff, the one who was leaning and everything, and you see he just kind of goes like this. You imagine they're imagining some, or arguing about some transactional method. It's noted here. Okay, so as both of them kind of come over and everything, the guard kind of like, this is Kilvin.
Okay.
Vampiric individual, like outstretch your hand. You can feel like it's calloused. Definitely someone from perhaps working but lower orders, or you're not exactly sure. I heard you needed transport.
Yes.
Understand. I don't know about that, but I do have someone I know of that would perhaps send you to places beyond where you might need.
That would be wonderful.
Of course, in exchange for a favor.
Sure.
Your Salahim blood. How comfortable you are with part of it.
I need some to stay alive.
Of course. And powerful invocations can be done with that.
Like teleporting me to Cinder.
This is merely the entree, my friend. Come. As you see that he'll invite you to walk with him. As you all awake this morning, you find again the gloom-filled sky, the ashfall kicking. Now the 13th of Summit, the barrows open before you. And we'll go ahead and call the session there.